Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we are going to be playing some MekHQ. We are picking up the adventures of the Challenger Deep. When last we saw them, they were in the middle of a battle. And you'll have to forgive me, I have barely touched this in the last week. So this is a hold the line defender mission. Pardon me. Trying to keep the AC from kicking on. Our goal is to destroy, cripple, or force the withdrawal of a third of the attackers, and we are to ensure that at least half of the units on our side survive. And I'm picking up exactly where we left off. The only thing I've done since I loaded this up is replace the absent player with a bot. Hoping that the replacement bot is using the same settings so that we can have some nice continuity. Honestly, on the other hand, maybe it would be good if the bot became more aggressive and started walking in front of my field guns. Yes, are here in this tree line. So, it would appear that we lost initiative this turn. Yeah, I don't see any of their guys have moved yet. What is our tactical situation right now? We've got an enemy archer and a Cronus. The Cronus is pretty tough and pretty fast. We've got a Oscout, which is super fast, but not very well armed. We've got a Hunchback, who is prone, who is apparently running a little hot and taking some damage. Over here we've got a fresh Thunderbolt, looks like, and up here we've got our Archer and Firestarter taking on a Hermes 2, which is fast but not very well armed or armored. And here we've got another Archer and a Stinger and some Field Gunners against the Wasp. Might be overkill. Might be looking to redirect the Archer to the south towards one of these other battles. Let's see, this is our modified Archer, which doesn't have the lasers in the back, so would be more or less defenseless if he decided to follow us. And if he was in this hex, I don't know if our field gunners are going to have LOS to that through two heavy woods. So maybe that's not the move to make. We got our Orion looking pretty skimpy on that left leg. What can you do? Not much until everyone else goes, really. I could come up here and try and take on this Thunderbolt. But I'd be shooting at him through woods. I'd be giving him initiative, and I would only build up a +1 modifier. I think the safe bet right now is to hold on to the field guns and see if we can get a shot with them later, or at least, you know, perform some area denial so that we are effectively limiting where our enemy can go, which, I mean, theoretically would make it easier to eliminate them. I understand that's the principle, but we'll see how that goes. Oh, he moved something, finally. He moved the Wasp, and he put it right next to my Archer. That was not a grand move. His Thunderbolt apparently also stood still. Cronus, you haven't moved yet, have you? No, you have not. I think, maybe he's got machine guns, doesn't he? Oh, you've got SRMs. That's almost as bad. And you only ran, so if I stand still, that's 11s to hit me. Oh, and that would be machine guns. That's short range, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7 for infantry. Or we can make it 8, 9 for range, 10, 11 for woods. Yeah, I'm pulling back these guys, and maybe we'll be able to reinforce down here or something. You are going to want to kick. And while we're at it, oh, here you go. Oh, not you. I want you. Not super evasive, but his SRMs are in his legs, so he'd only be able to tag me with the medium laser, and I expect him to go for the archer anyway. We'll see. So, Orion, what else have we got? This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Okay, so, mayhaps we have the Orion do something like this. That gives us short range on the Thunderbolt, who's going to be a tough nut to crack. 204 armor standing in heavy woods. So that's +3 just for terrain. +5 including my movement. So that's 8s at best. Whereas he would have 4, 5 for woods, 6. That is a losing proposition. My 6s to his 8s. Oh, the Cronus moved. He moved not very fast. Where else could I possibly go that the Thunderbolt wouldn't see me? Well, that gives us a range of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's at least medium range even with the LRMs. So maybe we can get along without being evasive this turn. Also, we're turning our back to him, and our back is relatively fresh, so we can stand some hits there. Even if he tags us with a large laser, I think we're pretty much safe. Stinger, you want to come in the back of this archer and lay into him with everything you've got, and maybe give him a kick. Who is the biggest threat right now? I'm thinking it's this Hunchy, because the archer is a long-range mech. Let's see, this is a 3N with the larges and autocannons, and I've already lost a laser. Let's give him back damage. Let's see, with my weapons, I want to be maybe 5 or 6 hexes from this Hunchy. 5. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's short range with my mediums and autocannons, and it's medium range for his. And then that's also going to be, I think, a +3 from the archer's missiles for minimum range. It's not evasive in the slightest, but it puts our front to him and our left away. So I think that's the move there. Pardon me. The Firestarter and the Archer are all I've got left. This is a base 2R. So you've got the lasers in the back and the arms. Can you come in? You can come in for a kick. You're running, but at least you're mildly evasive and in the woods. And then the Firestarter, I'm going to try to get up here, and that means a jump. Yes, it's extra heat and not much evasion, but I'm trusting that I'm not going to be his main target right now. So you're getting the boot, which means I can go ahead and use my arms. I did not notice. What was that difficulty? That was 8s. Okay. Let's go ahead and, wrong's there. Let's go ahead and finish this little skirmish off up here. And then we've got the Orion on the Cronus. We've got 6. One more 6. Oh. We are short on heat sinks. We're not going to want to fire 2 mediums and the SRM. That is 18 heat, and that gives us targeting penalties. Even if we just fire 2 of the 3, we're still looking at a movement penalty next round. Speaking of which, we've got our back to a hunchback. Oh, that makes me nervous. I think 6s is worth the movement penalty. Let's go ahead and get you out of the way. A 5 for sure. Tempting to throw in that 7 as well, but I'm gonna have to pass. We're already putting 18 points of damage downrange. And let's go ahead and do what we can do over here as well. Ooh. Now that is tempting. Do I want the back of the archer or netting? Or do we lay into the hunchback some more? I think we're going to lay into the hunchback for maybe another 10 damage if we can, and maybe we're going to knock the archer down with a kick. You need 4s. That is amazing. It's a good thing you can't hit with your missiles because you don't have the heat to spare. You don't have a target, do you? No. Nope. Can't see nothing. And you, oh, you've got a shot on the Ost Scout. I forgot about the Ost Scout. You do not have a shot on the Ost Scout. He is super evasive when he jumps 8 hexes. And he's not quite close enough for my autocannon 20s to have anything resembling a shot. Sadly. Even on 11s, I would have loved to take that chance, because if you nail an Ost Scout for 20 points of damage, he is not getting back up. You, however, have 12s. It's going to be 14 for medium range with that, so I mean, we'll take the 12s. Let's see. Ah, yes, you had a target. Oh, no, you ran. That's right, you're relocating. On 8s. And I don't feel like we can afford a flamer at this point, but we'll throw in a couple machine guns. Okay, so the Cronus tagging us in the chest with a medium laser. That's not too bad. Our Archer laying into that Wasp in the center torso as well for 5 points, and that's a much bigger deal because he's a much smaller mech. Laying into that Wasp with a machine gun, but failed to get the crit. The Hermes, needing 8s and 5s at our Archer, only tags us in the left torso with a medium. Our Orion missed with his big gun. Sadly, he needed a 6, rolled a 4. I missed with one of his mediums on a 6 as well, so that's a little disappointing. I was really hoping to force a PSR. Instead, we got 5 points on his arm. Rifleman laying into the hunchback, 8 points to the leg, leaving 2 armor, and an autocannon to the arm, leaving 6. Ost Scout misses his 11 because he jumped. Stinger at the hunchback, 5 to the chest. That still only 18 points on him, so sadly. 2 medium lasers at the Hermes, gets both of his 4s, barely. Hits the left torso and right arm. He's not looking great in those locations. And his wasp shooting me in the chest and on the left side for piddling amounts of damage. The hunchback tagging me in my weak leg with that autocannon 20. And the Orion's going down, which is a shame because he is like the biggest unit I've got out here. And a medium laser for spite to the other leg. Missed on 12s. He also fired an LRM-20 at my Orion, with which he hit 12 of. Would have gotten a head hit. Instead, that goes to the right and left torso and the left arm. That right torso is looking pretty crummy too. That Orion might not be worth the salvage. It's gonna be at the end of the match. Thunderbolt landing another laser on the back of the Orion. Another head hit avoided with edge. Instead, taking 9 damage to the left and right torso rear. My Firestarter missed all of his 8s. The Orion goes down, takes more damage to the back, and Petra is wounded again. Well, we can hit you on a 6, I hope. We can... That's a 4, so that's pretty reliable. That's an 8. Your piloting is 6. I don't want to take that chance. You get down, you might not get up right away. On the other hand, if you do kick him, you take 4 to the leg. Well, you can't take 4 to that left leg. It might be worth the chance. Normally I prefer to play the odds a little tighter than that, but I think if we can take out that left leg, we're not at much risk. We'll definitely take the 5 there. And an 8 there, also with a 6, but even if we... Your right leg is looking weak, but I only do 7 with a kick. And we can't punch either, can we? No, I think I don't want to take the chance on you falling down. So, enemy wasp kicks my archer, no big deal. My archer kicks his wasp all the way into the center torso and almost kills him outright. So, he's useless from now on. My other archer kicking the Hermes and destroying his leg, he's gonna be down. Hermes kicking my archer. I love how much leg armor these archers have. 26 points is nothing to sneeze at. You can take 8 and just keep on trucking. No big deal. My Stinger kicked him in the wasp. Not the leg that would have crippled him, but it's better than falling down. My other Stinger kicking his archer in the leg, hoping to knock him over. And the Cronus kicking my Orion in the right torso, leaving 1 kick remaining, exactly. My archers, even though they were kicked, both make their rolls. The enemy archer also succeeds. The Wasp and the Hermes both go down as we knew they would. Wasp taking 2 to the right torso, Hermes taking 4 to the left arm. Both of them making their first consciousness checks. What's the BV looking like? 87 to 87. We win initiative. Wasp has abandoned unit, so our archer is definitely going to be getting as far south as fast as possible. The question is that here where we have to go up a level, or is that here where we have to go through some woods? I mean, I know it seems further out of the way, but it's a clearer path, so I'll take it. Let's see, what is this Stinger? And you can, oh heck, you can get all the way to here. Yep. And then do you have a hard time going up hills? Oh, your speed is 2. thought most field gunners had a speed of 3. Very odd. Alright, the legless overheating Orion. Aside from your right torso and your back, you're actually looking really solid. The only thing is you can't move right now. And that means you're about to take another autocannon 20 to the face. Oh, did he must have gone unconscious. 2 hits, so he needed a 5 and he failed his 5. Think I'm gonna leave the fire starter to finish that up and start coming down here to harass this thunderbolt. Even if it's only a couple medium lasers, maybe we can get him to walk in front of a cannon. That would be nice. Specifically this cannon, which I would like to reserve. Or maybe this cannon. Oh, you can see the... Oh, he's coming out to meet us. It's long range, and it's through the woods, but we've got LOS. We might be taking a shot. Still holding off on you. Oh, again, long range. Not so much through the woods with this guy. We might land something. You moved that way. I don't know why. You want to keep your big guns online in case that Ost Scout comes knocking. Yeah, you're gonna finish him off. Oh, we can get into the back of this hunchback on a walk. We're turning our back on pretty much everyone, but we can rotate to face this way and get an arc. It's minimum range for the autocannons. But I'd get 2 medium lasers, which I consider to be superior to 1 large laser. It's cooler and it potentially does more damage. And at this range, it doesn't have any targeting penalties, so it's like, why not? You ran like hell, you jumped 7. We can maybe try to get in behind you, but then we'd be looking at least 9s to hit. Versus maybe you, who only... Oh, but where would we go? Those are both swamp. This would be medium range, but that's... You know what? It's not super evasive, I know, but it does give us a heavy woods, and hopefully we're not much of a target for anyone. Alright, Wasp ejects. That was the one that was kicked in the leg by the archer. So, let me just make a note of that real quick. Archer, Wasp. Cool. Because there's kind of nothing worse than getting to the end of the mission and trying to tally up your kills and forgetting who killed what. Let's see, you don't appear to have a shot on literally anyone, sadly. Maybe next turn. You're going to do everything you possibly can, and you've got 6s, which is, I mean, not bad. And yeah, we might even be able to turn next round. Yeah. Oh, 12, but that's a 13, so yeah, no. Just the lasers. Now, exactly what we said we were gonna do. We're gonna skip the larges. We've got 8s on those and a 6 on that. Ooh. I forgot we were down a medium laser, so perhaps instead... Yeah, let's just let's do this in order so we get our best chance of critting. And we're going to be at 4 heat for next turn. 11s. Done and done. Ammo is cheap. 12s, don't care. Oh, that is so many little arrows coming at him. It sucks to be you. You don't have a shot. You moved. You technically have a shot. 19s, 12s. I mean, why not? It's not like you got anything better to do right now. We'll take 5s on the archer, because it looks like 7s on the hunchback or higher on anyone else. Where can we do the most good on you? Right leg is already gone. Left leg has almost 20 points left. If we come in on that left torso, we only need 12 points of damage to disarm him. And then he can either stand... He'd still be able to fire the autocannon, but he might bail out if he comes to. So that is left torso we're going for. Left torso, needing -1s to hit, so pretty likely. But we need to hit with basically everything, and it all needs to go exactly where I want it to. Cronus, tagging the Orion with a couple medium lasers. That right arm is down to 6 armor. The Orion still missing on 6s and 7s. He does get a medium laser to the arm, which almost strips it. My archer at his thunderbolt tags him for 5 to the left arm. Rifleman into the back of the hunchback, needing 6s and 8s. Only scores 1 hit for 8 damage to the left torso rear. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, you keep your ammo in the left torso, right? Yes, you do. So, we were literally... We rolled a 7, and 8 would have killed him. Because there's nowhere else to crit in that left torso. It would have gotten the ammo, and he would have gone up like a stack of dynamite. Off scout landing into the back of the Orion. We're going critical there. Field gunners getting the 11. Nice. Extreme range damage reduces it to 15, but we still stripped his left arm, and I believe that's going to force a piloting roll. 12's no big deal. Hunchback on the Orion to the chest. We're just about bare there. And 8 more damage to the left torso, leaving us with 6. His Orion at my Orion. Crits the engine, leaving 11 structure. LRMs on a 9. Got me with all 15. Into that left torso. We rolled an ammo crit with edge and lost the SRM4 instead. Still a trade up, but I think it's time to bail. You've got 1 leg, you've got basically no armor across your torso. Stinger at the Hermes, we knew that was going to miss. His archer at my rifleman with his 2 rear-facing medium lasers that an archer basically never uses are getting some use. And he tags me in the chest for 5. My Stinger tags his archer down the left side for another 10 points. His Thunderbolt trying to get some retribution against my archer. Hits for 5 to the center torso and 5 to the right torso. And 2 to the left arm. Oh, and he fired some LRMs at my field gunners. He killed 6 of my guys. That made me angry. Firestarter doing some good work on this Hermes. Hitting with pretty much everything. Left arm, right torso, left torso, left torso. Critted on a heat sink. Stripped his left arm. The Thunderbolt. Needed a 7, rolled a 5, takes 7 more damage to the chest. Yep. That was a successful attack on that Thunderbolt. And the Ost Scout has finally blown up the Orion. 'Tis a shame. Hunchback punches me in the chest. He kicked me in the chest. Yeah, okay. Destroyed by ejection, left arm blown off, gyro crit, there's nothing left. The Firestarter kicking the Hermes in the right torso, leaving 2. Hunchback is at 7, Orion and Archer at 5. But we are down a man, and that is reflected here. We need to keep 50% alive, so we're halfway to our fail condition. We need to get them down to 66%, so we're halfway to the win condition. Alright, and we have 1 initiative this turn. And hopefully we'll be able to bring some more firepower to bear on some of these guys. And that's medium either way. But this way, we don't take the running penalty. Yep. We're gonna walk you today. Autocannon, you took some hurtings from an LRM. If I recall, you were also the guys who landed the hit on his arm. So perhaps he's still a 4-6. He's a 3-6 pilot. I mean, again, it's long range, but if he doesn't move, that should need an 8. Wait, no, that's more than long range. That's extreme range, so that's going to be a 10, at least. But we'll take it. We'll take that shot. I mean, even if we're not hitting, we're pinning him in. So, I mean, that's not nothing. You guys, however, might be better served. You can't move through a heavy woods or a swamp. There is no path for y'all to get over here except maybe this way. That is going to be several turns before you guys become useful. Even more so because going up and down hills seems to take you a whole turn. Still have not moved yet, have you? You have not, so we're gonna try to reserve until you get that sorted out. If you have a shot, it might be worth its long range. But I think it's clear of woods. So maybe you'll get 8s on that Thunderbolt. And hopefully you're far enough away to avoid any LRMs that he decides to fire in response. It should be, yeah, that's 7 hexes. It gives us 10 hexes from him, which is extreme range for us, medium range for his large, but hopefully our evasion keeps us safe. You know what they say about light max, speed is life. I'll see if that's true. You can maybe come over here and make yourself a bother. Maybe they'll waste some ammo trying to shoot at you. Oh, there's so many good places I could put him. It's a shame he's down a medium laser. It'd be even better. Yeah, you're going to continue wailing on him. Walk to 0. Range 2. You've got 3 medium lasers and a large. You've got, do you have SRMs and machine guns? I know you have LRMs, but yeah, SRM 2. That's basically short range for all of your stuff on me. If I stand still, you need, what, 4s to hit me with a 3-6 pilot? But if I back up to here, that's 2 hexes within a minimum range. So I would need 2, 3 for movement, 4, 5 for minimum range. Nothing for cover, nothing for movement. Yeah, I'll take a couple of 5s if you don't mind. So, it is now a rifleman and a stinger versus a Cronus, a hunchback, and an archer. And an Ostal. We are outnumbered 2-1 down in this little corner, which is not a good way to be. I could back up over to here. That would give me back shots on the archer and a kick. That would give me short range on the hunchback, but medium range for him. Contrary-wise, that still only gets me 1 evasion, which is still more than the other plan. Does not get us a kick. Gets us the back on the hunchback. Doesn't really give us anything with the autocannons except for the Ost Scout, who really didn't move much this turn. So maybe we could land a couple of 5-point hits on him. Oh, the rifleman fares so much better once it gets double heat sinks and it can fire all of its lasers. If we can get you in a side torso though, with the large laser, there is ammo in both of your side torsos. And it gives us a 12-point kick, right? 12? Hopping jack? Why is my hopping jack in a rifleman? I'm sure I had a reason at the time. Thunderbolt rolls a 2 to get up, hits his own left leg for 7 points of damage. And then he gets up with a 12. So, much better attempt on the second shot and try. Not in range of the medium lasers. And 8's on the LRMs. Oh, I've got 4s with the mediums versus, what was that? 7s with the LRMs. Is it? Yeah, hopefully you're going to be the center of your own little star here in a little bit. We'll do 1 of each. Or, I mean, 4s. 4s is just too good to pass up. I'm going to do 2 lasers. And 1 rack of LRMs. I feel like that's a good compromise. What are you shooting at me? You are... No, I'm not evasive at all. You need a 6 and an 8. I need... If I tag you for 8, how much is that gonna hurt? Right arm, left leg. I mean, we could do some damage, especially if we hit his head. That would put us at 5 heat for next turn. Or we could be heat neutral. Let me just mock this up real quick. That's a 7, that's a 6. I mean, I'm trying to play the long game here and pick away at him before he tags me too many times with that autocannon. And I recognize that this is what I'm doing, and I'm hoping that it pays off. And these guys have slightly better shots than they had last turn, so that's good news. Can tag him on an 11, and he's immobile, so that's gonna be a 12. Maybe we'll get lucky and blow off an arm, but probably not. You, on the other hand, I think I want 1 to the right torso. We need to do 8 to the left. So we'll take 1 there, 1 there, and we'll need to hit with 2 of those, but maybe we can disarm him completely. Krona's digging into our rifleman for another 8 points to the torso. Our archer landing 28 LRMs on his thunderbolt, scattered across, it looks like, mostly the torso and arms, nothing to the core. Our other archer lands both mediums and 6 of his LRMs. Again, mostly the right side. Our rifleman blew off the hunchback's arm, which is, I guess that's a medium laser off the field at least. I was kind of hoping for more. And he also hit the archer with a medium laser in the back, but didn't penetrate. The Ostscout hitting us in our good torso for 5 more points. And our autocannon 10 gunners, landing both of their hits on 8s to the left and right arm of the Thunderbolt, hitting his machine gun ammo and destroying by ejection. His hunchback lands his big gun on my rifleman, 20 to the right arm, disabling one of my lasers. That's unfortunate. My field gunners, well, he's dead already. His Orion on a 10 blows off my Stinger's leg. Might be time for him to punch out as well. Stinger missed the Hermes. The Archer with his 2 rear-mounted lasers. That and this is the other Archer, so both of these guys are getting that workout. Tags me in the head, forcing a consciousness check. My Stinger hits the Hunchback in the center for 5. And his Thunderbolt, needing 8s because I backed up, only hits with 1 thing. Firestarter at the Hermes, blows out the right torso, but not the left. So he's down to 1 arm when he wakes up. Rifleman falls, finishes blowing off his right arm. And the Stinger falls, taking 2 to the left. And a point of damage to the pilot. Ostscout missing a kick on a 6, and the Firestarter continuing to wail on that vanished right torso. At least it goes to the center. He won't have much left to pilot when he wakes up, which he does this turn. Hunchback is running a little hot, Cronus is running a little hot, but no one's in any real danger. We need to lose no more than 6% more of our forces, and we need to force them to lose 12% of theirs. At least initiative has been consistently on our side. Let's see, so now it's literally just 5 of them down here. Oh, is that? Where did you come from? Have you just been backing up this whole time? Regardless, we need to make a concerted push to the south. And I think I want to come through this patch of woods here. Should be the quickest path. Oh, did he eject? Yeah, he ejected. Good for him. I mean, let's go ahead and plan ahead here. No use in going through those woods if we don't have to. Stinger, you've got some mobility. What is the furthest you can go? Holding off on this rifleman for the last frickin' second. Also have no more targets for you. We can go further going this way. So, a crippled rifleman versus a Cronus, an archer, and a hunchback with an Orion to his back. We are technically still fully mobile. It's just the arm we've lost. We could put a little space between us and the Cronus. He's in heavy woods and not going to be a good target. I want to get more than 3 hexes away from the hunchback, especially if I can do it and be evasive. That gives us head kicking position on a 5. No, roll a 3. Takes 5 to the left torso and 1 into the right torso. Has to make another piloting check. And the more of those we have to do, the harder it's gonna get. Careful stand, which I don't think it's gonna let me do because I don't have all of my walking movement points right now. Yeah, no, it's counting that as standing still. We're going to get up. We're not going to use careful stand because we lost that opportunity. We're going to be standing out in the open with our pants down. I mean, we should still be able to walk, right? Yeah, that's something. We could walk there. That would give the Cronus a back shot on us, which we really don't want a chance. But I mean, if it's that, or here, or here, or here, we could rotate, and we still got a large and a medium and an autocannon, right? Yeah, we still have half of our weapons. Hypothetically, we could do 18 damage to that hunchback. Give me a 5. No. Take 6 to the center torso, leaving you with not enough MPs to do anything. You're literally just gonna stand there in your now more damaged state. You have one leg. You would be able to fire 1 medium laser per turn. And then it looks like medium range, plus the penalty for firing while prone. Plus you would not be evasive. On the other hand, you could take some LRMs or a medium laser or 2 and be fine. Yeah. Unless you take that autocannon. And even if you do, it would have to hit center mass. It's worth the shot. Yes, we know you fell down twice. You have shots on literally nothing. You have a long-range shot through some woods on 9s, which I would take, or 10s. Oh, because you're a laser specialist and there's a gale. Yeah, I'll take 2 9s and be at 1 heat for next turn. Yeah, I mean, we might as well Alpha Strike. There is no reason to not be building up heat right now, because you're not gonna have to suffer the consequences. I'm sorry to say. You moved anyway, didn't you? I believe you did too. All of the field gunners, I think, were in motion this turn. But they're piddling 2 movement points, which honestly I'm still confused about. I thought they had 3. You've got a 12 on the hunchback and nothing better. You've at least got a 7. Oh, you're gonna be hurting. That's, well, 11s and 12s. Probably gonna miss. A couple of 9s. If one of those hits, that's gonna hurt. And autocannon on a 6. Here is hoping. If you believe in RNGs, now is the time to be addressing him. Cronus hits me in my good leg for a potential crit, but doesn't roll it. My archer missing his 9s. My rifleback, a foot hit. That could be nice. He's not that great of a pilot, if I recall. But did not get a crit on the other leg, sadly. He missed his 6, so thank you, RNGs. But the rifleman is going down again because he just took a hip and a foot. The Orion missed his 11 and 12, predictably. Stinger missed his 12. Enemy Archer missed his 9, so our Stinger's in it for another round. 5 damage to the arm, won't say no. Rifleman needs an 8, falls 4. 6 damage to the CT. He has a medium laser left in his armor on his CT. But if we eject him, that's probably more than the 6%. Oh, and we got kicked. In the medium laser, and the leg, and the right torso. You now have... Okay, you've still got your left side. And at least your Archer and your Cronus are getting a little hot. Left side. Wait, I only had to get him down to 66, right? And I had to save 50%? Or might I have that backwards? I think I have that backwards. No. We need to get him to 66 and we need to keep 50. So we lost one mech, but I think on the whole we did pretty well. I wish our infantry had been able to land more hits. They just didn't get the shots. I mean, that one dude really pulled through, and that was spectacular. But most of the time they were just like, I don't have a target. The Ost Scout. Wait, was it really the Ost Scout that got the winning hit on the Orion? It was. Petra is gonna be in the med bay for a hot minute. We're the winner. We do control the battlefield. The Orion was a total loss. The rifleman is gonna need a torso and an arm and a leg and some guns. So that's I think the large laser is really the only expensive piece of that. The torso and the arm and the leg should all be pretty cheap. We're gonna need some actuators too, but those don't run too heavy. Yeah, autocannons aren't usually too expensive. And then you guys, you got hit for, I think, 6 points. But other than that, yeah, other than that, I'd say we're doing pretty good. So, who did we even lose any of our infantry? Because, yeah, we lost a couple of our AC-20 gunners. We're gonna have to hire some guys to replace that. But okay, and we got 40% salvage, but unfortunately it looks like our choices are a Wasp and a Hermes. The Hunchback still moving 3-5. As long as he's able to get off the field, I can't say he didn't escape. The Orion unscathed, the Archer with just a little bit of back damage. The Ost Scout didn't even get shot at, I don't think, and the Cronus neither. Hermes 2, you're a 40 tonner. You're missing a leg and a torso and an autocannon. I mean, I'm not in love with this weapons loadout. A flamer, a medium laser, and an autocannon 5, it's just not enough damage. It's 7 points of damage, and you should be able to get more than that out of a 40 tonner, even one, you know, with a big honking engine like a 240 that gives them a movement speed of 6.9. Right? 40 times 6? Yeah, I believe so. 6.9 is relatively quick, but I mean, you can get that out of a Clint. And the Clint has, what, 2 medium lasers on top of its autocannon? On the other hand, beggars can't be choosers. We'll take it, even though it puts us over our percentage. We'll have to make that up in our next battle. Speaking of which, how much longer are we on this contract? Until January 7th. So we've got almost a month. So about 4 more weeks worth of missions. We did not capture the Hunchback pilot or the Ost Scout. The Wasp ID 25, that went to the Archer. So yeah, we can go ahead and capture him. The Wasp was the Archer. The Hermes, I'm gonna give that to the Firestarter, if I can find it. Archer, Orion, Archer, Rifle, Field Gunners. Oh, that was our buddy. I forgot, we don't have a Firestarter. Okay. Forced withdrawal of the Hermes, the Wasp, and the Thunderbolt. So that qualifies our 33%. And we preserved, well, I mean, we did better than 50%, so, but then again, our Stinger got wrecked, our Orion is totally gone, Our rifleman got wrecked. So hopefully they give us a little bit of a break before our next mission. It is Friday, so I know we've got at least today and the next 2 days to recover before we even roll for more missions. Vivian Gazorosian has been added as a prisoner, but has not chosen to defect. Were you even... Yeah, you were a terrible pilot anyways. So that's fine, that's fine. We don't have a training lance yet. 11,000 in C-bills for the Archer, 2.6 million for the Orion, so I mean a little bit of a silver lining there. Ammo for the Archer, parts for the Rifleman, field gunners, ammo and people, and a Hermes. So I mean, you're now a 200-ton lance, which is right at the top of the medium game. Let's see. So our contract score has improved, but we're still needing some more missions to bring that up. Some people have gotten hurt and whatnot. We want active personnel, and we want to group by unit for the time being. We like to do skill level, high to low, and then roll alphabetical, because I'm a little OCD about that. So, you've got all the appropriate medals and everything, not enough XP. You already have a purple heart. I have decided that everyone is eligible for 1 purple heart, just to keep things simple as far as the bookkeeping. You are 1 XP from being a better pilot. Oh, for shame. You need to get your purple heart. And that does come with, was that XP? Purple heart, yeah, purple heart gives you an XP, which actually you didn't even need in order to upgrade your piloting and hopefully stay on your feet a little better. So you are going to be out of action for 30 days. That is, if I recall, yeah, that is until after the end of this contract. So you are just going to be on bed rest, I think. Or, yeah, I mean, that broken left arm is really affecting your ability to pilot a mech. So we've got, might as well try to get Delphine up to elite. Let's see. Status. Y'all are all on the transport bay, which is odd. I'm used to you transferring to a field workshop after combat, but I'm not complaining. Ah, yes. 24. You're the ones who got hurt. Our minimum complement. 24 is yours. Yeah, it looks like. Personnel. Rank. Roll. We've got. No, ungroup by unit. And we've got 4 rookies. 3 regulars and a green. Y'all are now privates. And then just to double check. Yeah, y'all are all sergeants, so none of our commanders died. Not that it's like a super big deal or anything to replace them, but I just like to keep everything nice and orderly. You're out of action for 5 days, so you'll probably be in the next mission. So 2 archers and a rifleman, 3 mechs, 200 tons. Technically we can bring that to the field. We've got a green pilot that we could put in. We've got this mothballed Orion, which we would be able, which would bring us up to 275 for the lance, which is pretty close to the top end of a heavy lance, which is acceptable. But it would be a green pilot, and I mean, no offense to green pilots, but they can't stay standing and they can't hit things, so they're not necessarily worth the tonnage bump to go into the next lance up. On the other hand, and sometimes these field gunners don't like to want to reload their stuff. We're out of autocannon 20 ammo. We need a lot of parts, by the way. Currently sitting at 5.8 million, so we can afford some 6,000 space buck actuators. 14,000 apiece. 7,000 apiece. It's worth having spares, just because you're going to break them occasionally putting them in, and because the more you get on order, on average, much faster they arrive. And don't think too hard about the about my English. We are missing, okay, that's ammo. So 5 shots in transit. We want, 20 shots? 30 shots? 40 shots? 50 shots? Yeah, I think we can afford that. Autocannon 5, a little pricier than I remember, but still pretty affordable. I didn't see large laser on this list, so mayhap we already have one in storage. All parts, alphabetical. We need a large laser, don't we? Oh, we have one, it's just been hit twice and will need repair. In that case, let's go ahead and get another one on the way. Just while we're flush with money, we might as well make the best of it. Oh wow, that is actually even cheaper than an autocannon 5. I thought lasers were more pricey than that. And we needed a 5, but it looks like, yeah, we rolled a 2. Burnt Nakamura, who has apparently been trying to order stuff since Giovanna stopped being able to, and Hikari Ono. Speaking of which, regular, so you're gonna need 20, right? Yes, 20. You already have Edge and you're an elite, so you don't have much else to spend XP on at this point unless you want to start branching out. It looks like you're already going into Scrounge. I mean, might as well, it's that or Edge, because it's not going to be small arms. You're going to need probably 20, I think. Yes. Okay, so our logistical administrator is picking up points of Scrounge, which I think honestly is more for flavor than actual in-game impact, because there are options. Campaign options. Is it supplies and acquisition? Yeah. Right now we're using the administration skill to acquire parts. We could be using Scrounge if we wanted, but that's not how we're set up right now. So yeah, Scrounge is just for fluff. But I mean, I feel it just doesn't, it feels a little dirty to give our elite administrator who does all of our ordering and gets XP for every 20 parts that we order, to be just stacking him up on Edge until he has more than anyone else in the unit, you know? Anyone else trying to spend any XP? Because honestly, we could use all the skill we can get. You need 10. You're 2 short, or 3 short. We can go ahead and group y'all by unit. I'm not too worried about the infantry because all of my infantry guys all of my units are already at standard gunnery, and getting them to 3s is going to be more of a hassle and a pain than anything else. It might be something that I eventually get around to off camera. Speaking of which, off camera, I said that I was going to, and I was only able to do part of it, is to get my infantry's ranks sorted out, because I don't like having all of these green sergeants. So, like, let's see, you are a private. Let's not kid ourselves. We have 4 veterans to choose from. Let's just go ahead and take the top one on the list. So now we've got a veteran sergeant. Okay, we've got a green sergeant down here again, which Lillian Levine, sergeant. Let's see. Yeah, ultra green sergeant. Why? Why does it automatically seem to default to the lowest skilled soldier in the unit being the commanding officer? I don't know. So yeah, this is just the kind of bookkeeping that I do just to satisfy my own particularity, I guess. Particularness. Private. Marsha Legge. Congratulations. I was able to do all of the foot platoons and the mechanized platoon because they weren't deployed at the time. So it was just the field gunners that I had to go through real quick. So now all of my infantry commanding officers are sergeants, platoon members are just privates, and for the vehicles it should be sergeants and corporals, just to make them easier to identify in the logs. So let's see, y'all are already in the transport bay. We do have autocannon 10 ammo, but we have to use GM mode to reload these for some reason, because, again, there's no text that work on infantry. We don't have autocannon 20 ammo, which is, I mean, we only fired 7 shots, so we could actually probably do another battle and not be short on ammo. But it's better to have it and not need it, and also we're going to need it eventually. So, B, you are loading ammo for us. Oh, we did run out of autocannon 5 ammo as well. So let's go ahead and order 5 more tons, about 100 shots of that, which shouldn't be too expensive. Yeah. So that's on the way. We need to salvage this laser, and we don't want to break it. On a 5, yes, barely. Oh, I'm glad I went with ×3 and not ×2. And now we're down to regulars. Veronica Hurst, give me a 5. Wow, we're actually going to be able to take most of our weapons out of this thing. And they're probably going to need repaired. But at least we don't have to replace them. Okay, so right arm actuators in transit. Let's see. So yes, we have some broken parts. Specifically a large laser. And that's going to take 600 minutes, but I mean, the good thing about that is that it doesn't have to be a mech tech that works on it. It can be a mechanic, and we've got plenty of them. Same thing with medium lasers. on that too. Yeah, let's go ahead and not, you know, autocannon. Why doesn't autocannon 5 take 1,000 minutes when everything else is 800? I don't get it. You're a MekHQ though. Doodles on a 7? Oh, because it took 4 hits maybe? I don't know. But Doodles, you're gonna spend about the next 3 days working on this autocannon. And maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we won't. We'll see when we see. 55-ton left torso, which I don't think we need right now. A 70-ton left leg, which again I don't think we're gonna need right now. We need 60-ton parts for this guy. We can get that laser in on a 5. Yay. Working on the torso, so you can do some armor maybe. I get that down to a 5 for 12 points of armor. Oh, the busted hip. Okay. Rethink this. Let's do the armor that we can with you. Oh, okay. I thought I would maybe have some time to spare to put an effort into that, but repairing and salvaging on the same mech at the same time is always problematic. You took some armor damage, you took some armor damage. That's gonna have to wait until tomorrow. Okay. Oh. Hammer. General. Wang. So you're gonna be even slower at day-to-day tasks. Which, I mean, we're just gonna have to deal with. And if I had an elite tech, it would be my elite tech doing the maintenance and having all of their time occupied. Alright, some parts have arrived, a couple actuators. Fixed. Good news, Doodle's working on his AC5. Finding some ammo, getting it delivered soon. Some of it will be here tomorrow. Using a point of edge to gain some XP. Part pound, 7 days. Okay, so we still got 1 on order. Large laser will be here in a week. Other can of 5 ammo. I need to keep better track of my administrator's XP. Yeah, no one's really close. So this and the repair bay. Now, after considering, I think it'll be more fun and more rewarding on the whole if we go ahead and get this Orion out of storage. But I want to wait until tomorrow. I really do. But I think it'll be more fun to have the classic 4 mech lance going into combat, even if one of them is green. I mean, nowhere to go but up, right? Right. Damage being worked on, damaged. Okay. Still no autocannon 20 ammo in. Rifleman getting heavy worked on. Loney, give me some 6s. Not like that. Okay, well, that'll run into tomorrow, but the 2R Mark 1, I guess, should be ready soon. We got some 5s on this guy, 4s, 5s, and a 6. Alright, so that is 2 mechs out of the fight, and one of them fixing to be back. You, on the other hand. Yeah. have anything we can do in 15 minutes? Doesn't really look like it. Nothing to reload except for the autocannon 5, which you can go ahead and throw in a foot actuator as a rush job. Give me a 5. Oh, right. We still have a whole other leg to pull apart. Oh, it's got 3 actually. Wait. Oh, we need the other leg. I was like, wait a minute, that leg looks like it's got more stuff to take out than I was expecting. Not much better, actually. So let's go ahead and knock this out today. Heat sinks. Heat sinks are a little more difficult. We'll spend some time on that. Repair all. Repair mech left leg, is this the one? Yeah. Scrap component, and now it should, I believe, have appeared on this list. Right? Yes. And we'll get a couple of those on the way. Hopefully one of them comes in tomorrow. We might. 5 days and 6 days. It is a gamble, but I think, we're eventually going to use another 60-ton leg. And we don't even get it today. Well, that's something to do tomorrow. Unfortunately, it means it won't be in tomorrow. And it's going to take 2 days to put in. So tomorrow we might actually be trading in the Rifleman for an Orion. That'll put us at 215, but I don't, given the circumstances, I don't really mind finagling things a little bit. Okay. I mean, because of the emphasis that the game puts on being at the top of your weight class, and how detrimental it is to be sitting at, say, 210 or 215 tons, I don't mind giving myself a little bit of wiggle room if I want to swap out, say, a 60 tonner for a 75 tonner when I'm already running short. So don't be surprised if that's what happens in the next day or two. More actuators, some ammo, fix the armor, still working on that autocannon, finding some parts, 10 days. Hikari, please, I need this leg ASAP. Like, how many do we have to order to get one tomorrow? Oh, that was the break I needed. Now, it's still going to be 3 days before we can get it on. And in the meantime, I mean, it's gonna be a day getting it out of storage, and it's gonna mean Chris can do even less today and tomorrow, but it gives us something like a fighting lance in the meantime. Because, yeah, until this, wait, we have an arm on the way, right? Yeah, okay, that's why I didn't see it earlier. But we gotta do this torso first. The torso on an 8. 2 days. Or on a 7 in like 5. I think we have to take the gamble. I don't think we have a choice. We need this Rifleman, and we need it ASAP. Still some armor. Okay, yeah, okay. The alternative being trying to get this Hermes back together and swap it in, but I don't see that happening either. So basically we're again just praying to RNGesus that we don't get slammed with a big time mission on like Monday or Tuesday, because we're just not simply gonna have the time to do that, or the mechs to do that. Sorry, I was talking about mechs and thinking about time. Center torsos, of course, are tricky. So we're getting the Hermes up and into action. Oh, now it wants to let me. I don't know what the difference is. Okay, so waiting on some more ammo. Alright, I am gonna wait and swap my pilot and mech into the TONE at the last minute because I do want that 200-ton chance of a mission. I don't want to be rolling up a mission as a heavy lance, but it looks like there are no missions this week. Failed to replace the torso on the rifleman, but we've got a little bit of breathing room now, which is very welcome. So we can take a chance on another 8, and we should have another backup torso around here somewhere. Loney also on an 8. Are you doing maintenance on something? No, I guess you just spent your time yesterday. So those will both be done tomorrow-ish. Doodles did not successfully tinker with the autocannon 5. But yeah, we can just give that another try. Spend another 3 days on that, Doodles. Meantime, what have we got here? On a 7, on a 9. Already being worked on. And on an 8. So yeah, sorry B, you're not gonna be put to use today, except maybe, you can spend, what is that, 4.5 hours, 5 hours, something like that doing that. Yeah, we've got the ammo to spare now. And you're gonna spend most of tomorrow doing that too, but I'm okay with that. So that's repairs for the day. We've got a regular mechanic, which memory serves, yeah, would increase our mechanicking ability by about 50%. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up Sabra Marsland. And there is news about the Eridani Light Horse. The famed Eridani Light Horse Mercenary Unit welcomed a new commanding officer earlier this month with the retirement of Brevet General William Peterson. The new commander, Brevet General Ariana Winston, has had a distinguished career in the unit and is said to have won over the loyalty of every officer she has worked with. Everyone here at MekHQ wish you a long and honorable career, General Winston. So, for those familiar with the lore, the Eridani Light Horse is, I believe, a mercenary unit that has a long and storied history. So, good for them on their change of command. I hope that goes well for them. And is there anything else we need to be doing today? We're still at 200 tons, but we're ready to stack that up as needed. The Orion is in action, the Hermes not so much, the Rifleman not so much. Nothing there, nothing there. Still got 5 patients. Alright, continuing onward. We got a spare right torso and a left lower leg actuator. Fixing the Hermes, but not the Rifleman. You guys are doing this backwards. Still working on that left leg, still working on the autocannon. So, can we get a 7, please? I know it won't be until tomorrow. Chris, how much? 480, so you've got 120 minutes a day to spend. And you don't need ×4 on that. Do we have a spare cockpit, I wonder? For some reason that's under S for standard. We do have 3 spare cockpits. So breaking this one would not be the end of the world. take a 6 on that. 60 leaves 240, which is exactly 120 divided by, or times 2. So that'll be done, what, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? If it, doesn't fail spectacularly. Rifleman, oh bother, I probably should have started with the rifleman instead of that cockpit, but I care less about the cockpit, so I'm willing to spend less time on it, if that makes sense. And you can put some armor on that, and maybe we should buy some more armor standard. Let's go ahead and buy another 5 lots. There we go. Which is 25 tons, because armor, for some reason, is sold in 5-ton increments. So yeah, we should have around about 1,000 armor by the end of the week, which is a nice, comfortable cushion. Wednesday, torsos, ammos, armor already arriving. Fixed. Failed to fix, but that's the Hermes. Still working on the cockpit. Still working on... Okay, come on you guys. I'm gonna need this rifleman eventually. I know it's an 8, but you gotta give me one sooner or later. Nothing doing there. Maybe just some armor here on the 7s because you're green. And 15 minutes worth of tomorrow work. In transit, working on. Okay. I mean, even once we get the cockpit in, you won't be combat ready without a lag, but I mean, we're getting there. It's only Wednesday, going on Thursday. Ammo, actuator, leg, right torso on the rifleman, finally. We also got the cockpit in the Hermes, needed a 6, got the 6. Still working on the left leg on the rifleman. And Doodles is having the time of his life trying to fix this autocannon. There we go. I mean, we could keep giving it to Doodles. It would go faster if we gave it to this person though, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, rifleman. You have a torso, which means we can put in a medium laser and some armor. And I think that's gonna be about all we can do for the time being. 7, I mean, we can make that a 5 for like 300 minutes. And, okay. So we're only down a heatsink, an arm and a leg, and an autocannon, and a laser, and some actuators. And we can finally reload this. Continuing on to Friday, more parts have arrived. We finally got the leg on the rifleman, which we needed to do. We still got an arm to put on, and it's already Friday. We've also got a bunch of actuators that are going to need to be installed. Okay. That's okay, as long as you didn't break it. Okay, if that's what it takes. And we don't have anything better to do, might as well. So that's being worked on. Everything else is waiting. It's starting to look like a mech again. We really don't have anyone that we can spare for this because we are again about 3 days from a mission roll. Parts. We got the arm on the rifleman. Good job, good job. So we just have to armor that up and put in some actuators and guns. We'll be ready to rock and roll with our, 200-ton lance. Let's see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That'd be just enough time, yeah. And this to there, needs a 5, gets the 5. Good job. Alright, this rifleman will be showroom condition in another 2 days. So that's good news. And we even have a regular who can try for a 7. I mean, we don't have much else going on for the next couple of days. Leg and a laser have arrived, working on those. Just to confirm, okay, yeah, we can actually spend Sunday and Monday on that. We're gonna have to wait for that torso, which will be at least tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow. Alright. Guns and ammo have arrived. We got the torso on the Hermes. We got the leg on the Hermes. We got the laser on the rifleman. That rifleman is now tip-top shape. Let's go ahead. Oh, I guess we need to go here. It's gonna be another 20 days, Petra. Another 20 days. But at least you're safe. So we're going to assign, do we want our most green pilot in the Orion? The Orion being the heaviest thing we have. I think, let me think about this for a second. Murdoch, you have energy specialization. So maybe we should put you in something else, like a rifleman with, large and medium lasers, or an Orion with, well, the Orion's main gun is an autocannon, so you'd take a penalty for that. You'd take a penalty with those autocannons as well, but I mean, as it is, you're taking a penalty with your missiles. I wish I had the fundage to do some missile boat refits. But, I mean, you're still a 2-3. Even with the autocannon, that's effectively a 3, which makes you better than pretty much anyone else that we can bring to the table. And it also gives, I mean, you've got a couple medium lasers. So yeah, I think that's worth doing. And then I think 4-5 melee, 4-4 hopping jack. I mean, the archer is stable, which gives it a +1 or a -1 bonus to piloting checks to remain standing. So I think having the green pilot in that is probably a good move, because then he's less likely to fall over on us. And of course we've got this 7-8 pilot, but again, we're waiting until we can start a training lance and start earning XP just for training instead of doing it all via combat, because what was that, a 7-8? Yeah, a 7-8. That's 3 points worse in each of gunnery and piloting. And that can be a severe liability. So we really don't want Hersey in combat any sooner than necessary. All right. That puts us at 275, which is really close to that 280 breakover point. Oh, I didn't realize it's Monday. We have another week with no missions. Looks like this Hermes might just end up getting put back together this week, and then we can put it into storage. How are you for actuators? I mean, we should have spares, so yep, we have spares. What was that? That was upper leg actuator on a 40-ton mech. Upper leg actuator, 40-ton. So we're putting the last one on right now. Let's go ahead and pick up maybe a couple of spares. Upper leg for 40-tonner, bye. And then we got no one else that can work on anything right now. So, ammo comes in, we got the arm on the Hermes, we got the gun on the Hermes, we got the actuator on the Hermes. Way to go, B. Spot on with a 5 for the 5. We've got one more actuator to put in. And we've got some armor to put on. Alright. How much armor do we still have? About 900 points, so we're good for that. The Hermes we can mothball. We'll have Veronica do that, because she's got all day, literally. Let's see, what else do we have in the warehouse that maybe needs fixing? We can have our mech techs being not idle. Let's see, that's 490, so that's at least 4 more days, but it gives us our best chance. 70-ton left leg. On a 7, we'll take that chance. And on a 6, even though it takes forever. Alright, so getting our warehouse backlog taken care of. Working on that. Build the left leg. Mothball the Hermes. Warehouse. Schedule. There we go. All we have is a green. Sorry, no, not on a 9. I'd rather keep the part, thank you very much. I always want to go to the repair bay. And now we've got someone who can do it on a 7. Wait, hold on. What was that? Okay, yeah, so we're like 10 days from the end of this contract. Oh, we failed some stuff, but we fixed some stuff. Do that, and we'll try for another 6. And it's the day after Christmas. Christmas comes and goes without any kind of notification. Doodles, breaking stuff on our Savannah Master. Stabilizer, left side, armor, motive system. Motive system is... okay. We got the left torso fixed, working on the right leg. That was all we had left, right? Yeah. It's Saturday, going on Sunday. Maintenance on the thumper. Looking ugly. I might have to go and make maintenance a little easier, because otherwise all of my vehicles are going to fall apart before I can get a veteran to maintain them. Because I mean, even a transport bay is not ideal if you are working with a regular tech. And that's just the way it is. Your stuff is just going to fall apart, even if you're like having downtime. Alright. Wait, are we? Let me check on something. Oh, we are in a training attitude. Okay. So maybe eventually we'll be able to cycle our other recruit in. Training, well, I mean, this contract's going to be over in a week, and our next contract's probably not going to be a training contract. But for right now, yeah, I think we're gonna make it. Nothing to fix, nothing to fix. Petra's broken. People have broken stuff. Eesh. Combat sucks. So that's Monday, Tuesday. Alright, Doodles, what did you break today? Front and rear. Okay. And APC, yeah, mostly armor looks like. Tuesday, Wednesday, and it is New Year's Eve. And Chris also breaking things. Our center torso on the angler is now quality E. That is one step away from breakable. On the other hand, our LRMs are now quality A, so you know, it doesn't, well, it's not a trade that I would make, but all right, end of the year, January 1st. Enemy morale is now normal, unit market updated, contract market updated, special event, reinforcements, the next enemy morale roll, there is none. And I don't think, yeah, we're sitting at 6.5 million, so I think this Griffin, I mean, it's a decent mech, especially in the right hands, but it would also be just about all of our reserves. We can get a Demolisher for half the cost. It's slower, yes, but it mounts 2 autocannon 20s and has a ton of armor. We could pick up a Mobile Long Tom. Again, slow, again, heavily armored, but more importantly, capable of deploying off the board and lobbing, looks like about 50 rounds into combat. The worst thing about artillery is that it takes, is that you fire it before the movement phase on one turn, and it lands after the movement phase on the next turn. So your enemy gets 2 turns to move in between. But if you can funnel them into a kill zone, or if they're stationary, or if you can make them immobile, it's hugely effective. And it's only 2.3 million, which is standard price. Let's see what we got. We got some infantry. We already have a thumper. I had forgotten about that, but a long tom is bigger. The only question is, Doodles, are you gonna break it? And I think the answer is yes, but, oh, wrong menu. That was unit market. Yep, we're gonna do it. That's gonna leave us with 4 million C-bills. We'll be alright. And we go to the hangar, and we hire a complement. We go to personnel, we ungroup by unit, vehicle peoples at the very bottom. So we've got a regular for a driver, a veteran, a regular, and a bunch of greens for gunners. I think our veteran is going to be our sergeant. And then you are all going to be corporals. And then we add that to our rear echelon. I guess we had an SRM carrier that we weren't, it wasn't an RTO-NE. Let me, just a second. I want the long tom at the top of this list, followed by the thumper. And then, looks like the Savannah Master, and then the tracked APC. and then the tracked SRM APC, and then our mechanized platoons, and then our foot platoon. And I really appreciate how easy it is to reorganize your forces using this interface. And we might even, between now and my next video, we might even break this into 2 lances, one for vehicles and one for more infantry kind of stuff. So yeah, we were credited 1.7 million C-bills, and then immediately spent twice that on some artillery, which is going to break. Sooner or later is going to break. So with that said, there's only going to be one more Monday between now and the end of the contract, so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and take care of those days. And then I understand, well, these contracts will be the same ones that are on the market when I finish this contract, so I don't mind looking at them now because they're not going to cycle between now and then. We've got, we could work for the Federated Commonwealth against the Free Worlds League, an objective raid for 5 months. It would pay 40 million C-bills, so that's 8 million a month. That's a significant raise. 60% transport, 50% salvage, 40% battle loss. I mean, where is Wing? Wing is, oh, right next door to where we are. Let's check out Federated Commonwealth versus Rebels doing riot duty. 25% transport, 70% salvage, 20% battle loss. 5 jumps away, so it looks like it's not quite as near. And it's 6 months, but only 34 million C-bills, so that's less than 6 million a month. So just real quick, better transport, better salvage, better battle loss. This one has the better pay, and it is closer, but Ingress might be closer to where we're trying to end up in time for the clan invasion, and it is totally not. So I think we can go ahead and remove this contract. We're not going to be doing that. Free Worlds League versus the Federated Commonwealth doing an objective raid on Guyana, 5 jumps away. 43 million C-bills for 5 months, so that's almost 9 million a month, so that's nice. Full overhead, house command rights though. I believe that means that we are integrated into a house unit for the duration, and we have to take orders from them. And it's only 30% salvage, which is notably less than 50. But let's see where Guyana is. That is also not really the direction we're trying to go. So let's go ahead and take this one out of the equation. And Sirma, that name rings a bell. I've done a contract there before. That's 2 jumps away with elite allies. Nice. 30% transport, 20% salvage, and it's cash only, no parts. Exchange means they'll give us C-bills for the value of the parts that we salvage, but we don't actually get to keep anything. So if we head cap a Warhammer, it means we get more money, but we don't get the Warhammer. 1 month, 8.5 million C-bills. If it's in the right direction, it might still be a contender. And it really is the only one that's even remotely the direction I want to go. It's only 1 month, which, I mean, it means we'll be in and out pretty quickly. We'll have probably about 4 weeks worth of Mondays generating missions. This one just pays so much better. It's got 30% better salvage, and we get parts instead of just cash. We get 20% better battle loss compensation, 30% better transport, The only thing is we'd be making $500,000 less a month, but we've got 5 times as many months. And we can get there in 11 days. So we'd be able to start pretty much immediately, which I feel like we could be able to do. Seeing as how we just finished doing all of our repairs and all of our mechs are currently in pretty decent shape. We need to fix this real quick. Oh no. Oh, I thought, flashback, sorry. Yeah, Doodles is doing all the maintenance there, infantry doing maintenance on their own weapons and stuff. Chris doing maintenance on all the mechs. You're saving up, you need 20, you're getting there. You're working on Scrounge for lack of anything better to do. Y'all are all still green. Wait, you need 10, don't you? Don't you? Yeah, you need 10. So it'll be a little while before we even are able to consider getting into aerospace, because all of our pilots and techs for that are green. They would be so short-handed. It's ridiculous. Oh man, what I wouldn't give for just a little bit of free XP right now. But anyway, I digress. Special event, a bunch of people did gain XP, I forgot. But apparently not enough. Paid 1.7, paid out $250,000 for salaries. Infantry tends to stack up kind of quickly when it comes to personnel salaries, but I'm okay with that. Speaking of which, I was reading on the Discord, I think it was, and apparently the way that I have been hiring my infantry from the personnel market is not supposed to work that way. Apparently I'm actually supposed to be paying 50% of the cost of the unit itself, which for a field gunner unit is something like 12 million C-bills. So I remember that popped up earlier and I was confused, but there is an answer to that. Let's see here. Yeah, our AC-10 field gunners are worth 24 million C-bills. I don't know why, because you can get 3 autocannon 10s for significantly less than that. I don't know what other equipment they have. I guess they've got like a little truck here, and they do have a movement of 3. Oh, I bet it was the gale. I bet it was the wind condition that was slowing them down. But yeah, again, oh, that's 27,000. Yeah, 15 million C-bills for a couple of trucks for some dudes to drive around in and shoot rifles out of. I don't get that. You could buy 3 decent mechs for that price. So, I don't consider it cheating to do it the way I've been doing it, because you are paying for the infantry over the long haul, in terms of like, in my practice game, I'm currently paying, I think, about 600,000 in C-bills a month in salaries, and I have advanced considerably later than this, coming up on the end of 3046 in that game, because I play it 6 days a week instead of just 1 with you guys. Okay, so that was Thursday, January 1st. No. Okay, nothing happens on the 2nd because everyone is hungover. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we gained an XP. And you are working towards being a regular, and then you can stop being a recruit. And you need 10 XP to be a decent shot. And you'll have that in 10 weeks if we can keep you in a training lance. But that said, we're 2 days from the end of the contract. Let's just go ahead and, okay, maintenance on the archer, armor, not good. And the rifleman, which should be mostly C's because we replaced half of it. And it's already dropping down to D there. Actuator getting good. Laser getting good. Actuator getting bad. Okay, so being the 7th. And I know that we have a negative contract score because, well, I mean, if you'll recall, we were being chased by a literal ton of enemies. But we're going to go ahead and call this mission successful because we won one of our missions, and the other one was like 2 months before. So, yeah. And then, I believe, 5 months, 50% salvage. 1 month, 20% exchange salvage. It would spend a month in transit. Have elite allies. Veteran allies. 11 days in transit. I think what we're gonna do, I think we're gonna spend 5 months taking this 50% salvage and trying to build up our forces and hoping that we find some decent techs on the personnel market, because we need techs more than we need anything else right now. And honestly, if I weren't in kind of a hurry to get this mission started, and I don't really know why I am, but yeah, I would consider actually maybe just waiting around for a month, paying another $250,000 in salary costs, just to yeah, because it's, will it let us while we're en route? I mean, if it does, that would be fantastic. Yeah, we'll spend 100,000 C-bills for our recruitment role next week. Alright, and with that, I think this is where we are going to call it. So once again, this has been the Silent K. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. Speaking of which, if you'd like to join the game, I know I don't have a huge audience at this point, but I'm accepting applications. If you have a particular mech that you would like to pilot in my game, just let me know. I'll have your pilot join my forces and bring his mech with him, and we can see, you know, how that plays out. So, with no further ado, I'll be seeing you guys next week for another episode of the Challenger Deep, and y'all have a good one.